What's going on, everyone? Today we are once again attempting repairs on the daily. So I'm taking one of your suggestions and I'm going to replace the main relay in this car. Now I don't really like just throwing money at it, but conveniently I have another Civic. So, oh yeah, and it snowed a whole bunch over the weekend. But I'm going to take the main relay from this car and I'm going to put it in this car and then take this car on like an extended drive and see what's going on. So what's been going on with this car, I would have liked to have kept it parked in the garage, but I needed to work on that one. This one, you can see, has no suspension in the front, and that is because the bag started getting rubbed through. So I pulled off my steering knuckles and ground down the backs of them to make them smooth and painted them, and it didn't rub through completely yet, but it was like right down to the cords at one part, so I was pretty sketched out driving it, so I took it off, sent it to them to have it re-sleeved, and now I'm gonna go ahead and clean all the snow off of this car. And the snow is mostly ice on this, so I just cleared off this door and cleared a little path down there so I could get in to this side, because I just need to get the main relay out, which is right in here. It's actually on the inside. So what you have to do is there's two bolts underneath here. You can see, let me get it to focus. There's one of them. And then there's the other holding the glove box on. You have to pull out the glove box, and then inside here is the main relay. You have to take off this panel to unbolt it and then pull it out from the inside and unplug it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going on that. All right, it's freezing out here, but there's your main relay, and it's bolted up there, but it's bolted through on the other side. So I'm gonna try to take this panel off by taking this screw off. I can't remember if you have to take this off, but I'm just gonna take this off first. So I'm gonna pull the screw out and try to yank on this. All right, so I'm trying to pull on this and it doesn't want to come out. Also, my fingers are frozen. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to make this easier. I'm gonna take this piece off right here. There's one screw, and then it looks like it's clipped in down here. All right, so I did take that one off to get this one off. What I ended up doing, it didn't want to pull right off, but you can get to each one of these clips from inside and you can squeeze them with some needle nose pliers. You can see they poke through right here, one down here, and then one up there. And it comes out pretty easy if you do that. And then you got your 10 millimeter right here holding on your main relay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off. All right, we got the main relay out. And now we're gonna go ahead and pull the one out of the other car and put this one in there. I'm gonna leave this all apart because obviously I'm gonna have to put one back in this car at some point, but this car is still gonna sit for probably a few more days at least. So we can leave this apart for now, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the other car. All right, so here's the one that is in the other car. We need to not get it mixed up with that one because it is the exact same. But if the other one ends up working, I'm gonna try to fix this. So I'm just gonna throw it aside for right now, especially because it might not even be bad. This could be completely different. The issue could not be related to this, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and set this in that cup holder right there and go ahead and install this from the white car in here. And then really, I kind of got to do like an hour-long drive or pretty close to it because, I mean, sometimes it starts acting up right away, but usually it takes quite a while. It's got to be on a pretty long drive for it to start completely cutting out like it usually does. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in and keep you guys posted. Okay, so we got this one in here now. I'm just going to leave this all taken apart because in the end, no matter what this comes down to, I want to put this main relay back in the other car because I don't want any problems with the other car at all. So one thing that I got to do really quick though before I drive is I realized that when I put the new distributor in, I set the ignition timing wrong. I mean, I did everything correctly except you're supposed to pull down. Let me find it and I'll show you. I found it. My stuff's kind of a mess. You don't normally have to pull all this out. It's usually just tucked back here. You got this little, you can't really see it, this little 2-prong plug right here. You need to stick a paper clip in one end and into the other. This is how you check the check engine light on these cars. But you also need to short this out when you do the ignition timing so that the ECU doesn't try to adjust the ignition timing while you're trying to adjust it. So I got to go ahead and get a paper clip in here and reset the ignition timing. Alright, so we can see the pins in place by the fact that it's flashing a code. It's flashing 10, which is an intake air temperature sensor, which is the last code that I had, but it was because I unplugged that sensor, but it's plugged in now. Check engine light doesn't come on when the car is on, so I'm kind of confused about that, but regardless, that's letting us know that the pin or the paper clip is properly in place. And oh, now it's flashing a different code. Okay, well I guess I'm just gonna have to play that back, because now it's just flashing one long one over and over again, which is the intake air temperature sensor. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start the car and adjust the timing. Alright, we got our timing light hooked up. I would show you guys how to do this, but I can barely even see the notches on it that you're supposed to use for timing, so I would definitely not be able to show you on camera. Alright, now I just want to show you guys, I got it all on time now, how big of a difference it makes is, I mean, this isn't all the way forward anymore, and it was. So I mean, it's not like a huge difference, but you definitely want to make sure you use that paper clip in there when you're setting the timing, because it does indeed make a difference. So this is perfectly in time now, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten up these 2 bolts, and we're going to go for a test drive. Alright, so I didn't need to go far, I just had to go around the block, and it's still cutting out, so it's not the main relay. It's not cutting out completely just yet, but like right around 5 grand is where we're seeing it cut out. I'll go ahead and do a little pull. We'll go ahead and do it. So you can hear it kind of cutting out there. First gear pull. So you can see it started like misfiring right around 5,000. I've really swapped out just about everything that I can with this car, so I'm gonna try the other fuel pump, maybe a brand new TPS, but that's it really. If that doesn't work, then this car is gonna go up for sale. I'm gonna get something different. I'm gonna sell it as a shell. I'm gonna pull the motor out and probably build it. If I can't figure out what this is, it's honestly driving me crazy. I've swapped out every single possible thing that I can think of that it could be. All of the ignition is completely changed out. Everything that controls ignition. It's got a different computer. It's got I haven't like swapped out the injectors, but I don't know. I did test the fuel pressure and everything was good. So if you have any ideas, just let me know. Well, the main relay didn't fix it, but that's going to be the end of this video for now. Next video should be installing the Walbro in the white car, and while I'm doing that, I'll swap that car's fuel pump into the gray car and see if that fixes the problem. There's still a few more things that we can do. I'm not giving up just yet, but hopefully we figure it out. We'll try some other things, and if it doesn't work, we'll go from there. But for now, if you like the video, make sure that you like it, and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, whatever you'd like to do. But thank you so much for watching. Peace out.